The Bond King is wrong, and in this video, I'm going to show you why. The thesis that the Bond King has is that the overall market, the stock markets, are going to go down, and that interest rates are also going to go down at the same time. One of the videos that got really popular for the Bond King is that the banks are going to crash the stock market. I have been listening to the Bond King, following along, trying if I can figure out what this thesis is that he's talking about.
Because they know bad things are coming. So I don't care so much about their earnings. I'm looking, I'm watching their feet. What are they doing? And they're telling us bad things are coming. And then I look at the economic data and I'm like, that's not good. And I look at the state of the virus moving around the country. That's not good. And it kind of makes me wonder, from a macro perspective, what is going to happen this year. So I do think before the election, we see a big drop in equity prices.
And let's take a look and see how good the prediction has been for the Bond King. Here is a daily chart of the S&P 500. Never mind all my lines on the chart. That's what it looks like when somebody actually studies the charts and sees what's happening. You will see that the Bond King is wrong and that the stock market has not gone down over the last 6 months. The stock market has in fact gone straight up. This is the S&P 500. Let's take a look at the Russell, or the IWM. Here is the last 6 months of the daily chart of the IWM. No, this is not going down. This is going straight up, parabolic up. He thinks that the banks want to crash the market, that they want to crash it, and in the last 6 months, only thing that's happened is they've gone up, 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 up. Now, you may think, well, if they've gone up, that must be bad for the banks. Bad, bad. Let's take a look at the banks. We'll use the ETF XLF. The Bond King also says that interest rates are going to be going down, down, down. You'll see this red little box that I put in here. This is the TLT. So if the Bond King was correct, this would be going up, meaning bond prices are going up and yields are coming down. Ever since the Bond King made his prediction, what has happened to the price of the TLT? It has come down, meaning bonds, yield prices have gone up. Once again, the Bond King is wrong, wrong, wrong. Here is the XLF. They have also gone up, up, up and away. Bottom left to bottom right. Now here is the genius of the thesis that the Bond King is using in all of these videos and all of the people who are watching him. He will say it is a macro thesis, not a micro thesis.
That's the whole fun of being in macro. You have to look out. Macro is not a microscope. It's a telescope. So you look out and say, okay, if the market is indeed telling us there's an insolvency event coming and stock prices are going down, from a macro perspective, is it a buying opportunity or not? I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
It's a macro thesis. You have to keep your eye on the long term. Well, the problem with that, or the genius in that, is that of course that is all right. Let me make a macro thesis for you and demonstrate. The stock market will go down 15%. There's a prediction. It's a guarantee. I am guaranteeing that the stock market will go down 15%. And given enough time, that prediction is absolutely going to be right. You notice it's a macro prediction. I didn't tell you when it will go down 15%, and I didn't even tell you from at what point it will go down 15%. So if I say it's a macro thesis, yes, at some point in the future, and from at what point, who knows, interest rates will go down. And at some point in the very distant future, or maybe the near future, the stock market will come down. And then the Bond King, of course, can put on that Burger King crown. First off, Bond King, that's not a crown. This is a crown. That thing you wear, Burger King called. They want the Happy Meal crown back. Put that thing away. What I'd like to see, Mr. Bond King, as I'm going to call you out, is for you to show trades that you're actually making on your thesis. If you're going to claim a macro thesis, let's see if you're putting your dollars where your thesis is. Because to have a macro thesis without having an endpoint, it's not actionable for everyday traders. And you have been dead wrong, Mr. Bond King.
Game over.